I'm also going to welcome Yogita Bhayana, activist on this broadcast. Thanking you for your time. Vikram Singh, security expert and former IPS officer with us as well. Thank you, sir, for your time. Also, it's an important story we are focusing on, not just because one young life has been lost, because, sir, and Yogita, over the past few years, we've seen several such victims of accidents. The driver, mostly many times underage, behind wheels, gets away as far as the law is concerned. What's gone wrong here? Vikram Singh, in your opinion, what should the government do as far as underage driving is concerned? Yes, there are laws, but the big question is about implementation and also tightening the existing laws, sir.
Very much. You answered your question yourself. Faithful implementation of the rule of law. And I would say applying just the Motor Vehicles Act is just not solving the issue. You should have invoked the provisions of the Bharati Naya Sangita, section 105, culpable homicide not amounting to murder, which the punishment is 5 to 10 years, and the parental responsibility is fixed. And not only that, the negligent entrustment, criminal liability, civil lawsuits, and legal doctrine. There are any number of laws, but the lax implementation and the lax, for whatever reasons, no, I will tell you the exact reason. These people have deep pockets and they're able to manipulate the system to their own advantage. The fathers say these are sanctimonious attitudes that I feel sorry. Your feeling sorry is just not adequate. And I, for one, would like to question, is it more important that the child writes the examination but because he could have written the examination from behind the bars? We have ensured that. But the signal that is going that the police is pussyfooting on the investigation, having a cavalier attitude and an excessive sympathetic attitude towards the culprit and not and no sympathy for the victim. I would say that you should have ensured 105 BNS as also in not only that, if the juvenile the JJ Act gives you the provision that if the juvenile has the cognitive powers of the adult, he should be treated as an adult, and the JJ board should have been pursued to give the impression that he is actually, as far as the brain is concerned, he is an adult, and a fast track court should have dealt him as an adult criminal. And then you've got the run for your money, and the father's money power would not even able to buy his freedom. But I'm absolutely appalled.
Right. Appalling, absolutely. And Yogita Bhayana, that's what the mother has also said, that deep pockets, they're influential. There's a threat. They've been issuing me threats. At the end of the day, she's alone now. And this is a woman who's lost her child, a mother who's lost her only child. Each time we've spoken with her, she's only, she's only cried. It's heartbreaking to see that somebody had to struggle for so many days at a stretch to then get, let her voice get heard, isn't it, in this country, Yogita?
No amount of clarification to her, or even if this guy goes behind bar, nobody can bring her son back. Very unfortunate, we can't do anything to kind of reduce her pain, but what we can do is to do the justice and prevent furthermore accidents to happen. Unfortunately, here in our country, we don't have any preventive plans for accident victims.
Okay, we seem to have lost that line with Yogita. Apologize for that. I'll just come back to Yogita in a moment from now. I'll take my next question to Vikram Singh. Vikram Singh, here there is some argument that has been offered by a certain section, including the father of the accused here, also the sibling of the accused here. The very moment where this accident took place, we heard that from her, that, even he was speeding. He was in the wrong as well. But that doesn't really take away from the fact that you were speeding as well, as the CCTV cameras have captured. You weren't driving around the lanes too on your right lane. And also, if you weren't speeding, perhaps the accident wouldn't have been this grave. The situation wouldn't have been this bad. Vikram Singh.
These arguments are unconvincing and shameless, to say the least. Shameless, I would say. Your son is a serial offender and 13 challans in the NCR for overspeeding.
Yes.
And as many challans in Uttar Pradesh. And you seem to have a free ticket as if that you are a Frankenstein having a free run on the road. Are you living in some kind of a fool's paradise? I would say that this is absolutely unacceptable. A weak defense given by somebody who is oblivious of the sections of law, and these weak arguments that you give and try to put the blame on the other person and will increase, spoil your case and make you even more culpable towards stricter punishment.
Well,
adding insult to
absolutely.
injury.
Vikram Singh, first of all, what bothers me so much is that in this case, for example, this fellow was a habitual offender. This car had received several challans. In that case, should have there been not more spotlight on the movements of this particular underage driver? First of all, the fact that he was underage was only found out. I don't know whether the authorities knew about this earlier and then looked the other way. All of this is nothing but like a loophole, or several loopholes rather, in the system, isn't it? An underage driver, 30 plus challans, but still he's driving on the streets of the national capital and killing people and justifying it at the end of the day.
This is an administrative tragedy of the worst kind, and we have such tall claims in respect of AI monitoring and AI coverage of criminality. We could have done much better. I'm disappointed yet again. Under these circumstances, the registration of this car should have been cancelled. The driving license of the person should have been cancelled, and indeed, he should have been blacklisted for life, not to be given a driving license ever. But obviously, these people have been able to get their way through, and how, it is anybody's guess. It is a loud question, and I raise allegations. They could have done much better, both the RTO and the Delhi police. Why did it not happen? Well, perhaps I would say to withdraw the integrity certificates of those who were responsible for ensuring the implementation of the rule of law.
Yogita Bhayana, what sort of help should now be extended to the mother of Sahil? She lives alone now. She is alone. She's been talking about the fact that bringing up a son has been a journey, a challenge by itself. She's a single mother. She's reiterated that several times, that he is all that she had. At the end of the day, how should or what should the state do to offer some solace
See,
to her?
solace, nobody can offer any solace
Yes.
other than the justice. But the money wise, if I say the compensation is very much part of it, she will definitely get a compensation, because I've been working with accident victims. I know that she'll get a compensation. But as I said, what about the justice, and how about other preventable accidents? There is nothing has been done. You till now, after Nirbhaya, the black tinted glasses were not permitted. Till now, I have made videos. People are still driving those Scorpios and so-called, the goons. They drive with very much. Nobody stops them. What are the cops doing at the traffic signals? They only stop the vulnerable ones to just extract money. They will never stop the actual
Yes.
criminals. So that's really, and overspeeding. We see it every day overspeeding. But I don't know how they get away.
Yogita,
Nobody
I have
stopped
lost
them
count of
after
the number
13
of
challan.
times I have actually made videos of violators on the streets.
Imagine,
I have
imagine.
lost count. Yes.
But what about the ministry? Are they
Yes.
going to just build roads after roads after roads, or highways after highways, or are they going to do anything about the accidents also? Because this is very much part of the ministry. I mean, we need to prevent accidents. We don't need roads anymore. We need safer roads. We need safe
Yes.
environment. We just don't need to fly anywhere. We really need safe aviation. But unfortunately, we are talking about the road accidents. So we want to focus that we want to have ambulance every. I mean, for God's sake, 2 hours. Nobody picked this boy.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
what are we
that's
talking
true. That's
about
true.
as a society, as administration, as everybody is failing? I'm very unfortunate. And it is all preventable. People tell me when I work with rape victims, rapes can't be stopped. Every time they tell me that. But can you not talk about this? This definitely can be stopped. This
There's not
can be
enough
prevented.
outrage. Vikram Singh, there's not enough outrage around this. This is the whole problem, that until the time the mother had not put out the video, this would have just been another statistic. Sahil would have just been another number in the records. At the end of the day, these are humans. These are people who've died. The irony of this is that just as we were reporting on this in Chhattisgarh, Vikram Singh, I want to tell our viewers as well, and we reported on that, a couple, a father and a mother, they killed themselves. They died by suicide because they lost their only child to a road accident. And they didn't know what to do. They were so depressed after that. I mean, there are consequences for people. There are real human life consequences once a life is ended in this fashion, isn't it, Vikram Singh?
My God, we talked of administrative tragedy, but this is a
Yes.
human tragedy. It will leave anybody's heart. My heart goes to this boy's mother, Sahil's mother. My heart goes to the Chhattisgarh couple. But yes, we as a nation seem to have developed a thick skin that is impervious to all human sensitivity. And what a crying shame. Let it be that every human being who loses his life, actually, he dies before his time. The family is devastated. And there's so much that the society and the nation, the government can do. But in a scale of 1 to 10, we have not even come to the level of 1 out of 10. What a shame.
Vikram Singh, priorities of the government. Even as we speak about this accident in Delhi, Delhi is hosting the India AI Summit, using technology, using artificial intelligence to make our lives better, to make our roads safer. This is something you agree the government should be looking at on priority basis now?
Absolutely. The use of technology can be the game changers. And here what you find,
Yes.
it is good to have small number of laws that are faithfully implemented than to have large number of laws that are not implemented. Have technology,
Yes.
even the basic technology, but implement it for God's sake faithfully, not to look the other way merely because of the fact that the other person is not in a position to perhaps look after you. But the accused has deep pockets and he can buy the system out for himself. This again is something that is so degrading and so shameful.
The problem is with the ecosystem. Yogita Bhayana, your comments on this case, whether it is watertight in favor of Sahil after the videos that we put out for our viewers that show the sequence of events, the manner in which this accident took place. Clearly, the Scorpio was overspeeding because, to tell our viewers once again, it went and hit against a taxi and smashed that taxi also completely. Yogita, in terms
I
of
wish.
the, the merits of this case purely, talk to us about how watertight this case really is for Sahil.
It is super watertight, but unfortunately, because it is highlighted in media and social media, this might see light of the day. But all the cases which are also watertight won't get justice because they are not reported in media. No one takes them up. So thanks to you,
Yes.
first of all, taking this up. All the channels also are taking, but we hope they will get justice. But as sir mentioned, deep pockets, I would rather tell sir, not even deep pockets, even frivolous money is good enough to buy the system. I mean, they just need money. You can just get away with a challan by 100 rupees. You don't have to offer 1,000 or
I
lakh. I
agree.
mean,
I
this is
agree.
this is
Yes.
very really sad part of our
You,
country. We are morally corrupt people. I mean, I'm counting myself because I don't want to put fingers there, because we as a society have failed
yes.
the country, rather,
Perhaps not even deep pockets. You rightly pointed out, Yogita, that maybe not even deep pockets, just frivolous money, small money, pocket change enough to buy out the system and ensure that you get away from something after doing something as criminal as this. This is a shocking case. The body of a young boy lay there for 2 hours. We're putting those videos out. It breaks my heart. Also, it's our responsibility to question the authorities, and also at the end of the day, as humans, hope that this should perhaps be serve as maybe a wake-up call for authorities to do more as far as tightening the rules on the streets of the country, not just Delhi, across the country. There are several accidents that are reported and several violations. So things that can be prevented are not prevented. I'm going to thank you for joining in and sharing your views with us at this point in time.